Hello and welcome back to the channel. So on today's episode we're going to cover what's in my gym bag, the calisthenics version. Now I know a lot of this is not really needed, but it's a great addition. Obviously you see people doing great skills and they have used tools to get there, I can assure you that. So where to start on this table? I've laid it all out fancy, but we're soon going to destroy that.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we'll start with the liquid chalk from My Protein. Great addition to your gym bag, to be fair. And because it's liquid chalk, it doesn't get messy, it doesn't leak in your bag. Benefits, obviously, when it's summer and you're sweating, you can increase your grip strength. I've noticed I can hang from a pull-up bar for over twice as long with this on my hands than when I've not got it on. So I would highly recommend it. It's not too expensive and it does last forever. I've had this a long time now, so definitely recommend that one. So we will move on to the push-up handles. So you can grab these from all over the place. They do them different heights. These ones are actually just plastic with rubber feet on the bottom. So benefits of these, if you are training outside for one and it's muddy or it's wet, don't have to get your hands mucky or wet. Again, gives you a different grip, so it will train your wrists a little bit differently as well. And you can progress on with these to do handstands on them. They are strong enough for handstands. So it can always be a progression tool as well. Again, cheap. If you look after them, they're going to last you a long time. So I see them as quite a good investment. Fat grips. So these go over a pull-up bar and all they're doing is making the grip fatter. Now this will train more of your forearms. So you can use these on dumbbells. I particularly like to use them on pull-up bars. If you've been doing pull-ups for a long time, they can give you that extra little bit of strength and it will work your forearms massively. So definitely a good addition. Again, they're not the cheapest, but I'm sure they're going to last a long time. So moving on to cable cuffs. Obviously these are normally used with cable machines at the gym. But if you have some resistance bands, which we're going to move on to shortly, and like a carabiner clip, you can join them with the resistance band and put them on like a pull-up bar post and you can do your lateral raises that way with those. So I'll probably put a clip of that in for you to have a look at. It might be something you can include in your training that you've not thought of before. So if you're after them kind of exercises, definitely invest in a set of those. Moving on to my favourite exercise, weighted pull-ups, and you will need a weighted dip belt, I think they're called. So obviously a belt goes around your waist with a chain. You can hook weights on. Chain's quite long as well, so you can have the weight plate between your legs so it's nice and comfy. Nice big back plate, so it is very supportive and quite safe to do exercises with this. Great for progressions if you have mastered pull-ups and dips. So if you've got to 10 pull-ups and you just keep getting to that range and you want to push it, start doing a few weighted pull-ups with like 5 kilos on and you will see your progress absolutely skyrocket. Definite favourite. I've had it 8 years. It still looks like new. It's not ripping. I've had a lot of weight on it, so it's definitely worth the investment on that one. And moving on to this side, we have jump ropes, skipping ropes, whichever you want to call them. I think this is classed as more of a speed rope, so just like a PVC. Can do tricks with this. Great for warm-ups, great for cardio, and it's quite fun. So if you can learn new tricks, there's plenty of tips on YouTube. I'm currently trying to learn some myself. Again, visit my Instagram. There's a few little videos of how I'm actually starting that at the moment. Two variations here. This one is a beaded one. So the beaded one is used more for like learning tricks. I've not actually used that one properly. I do need to size it as well. So another tip for those for sizing, because I nearly did cut this one short, is just put knots in so you can get used to it before you commit. Luckily, I just got away with this one, but I did nearly cut too much off it. A random ball. So I'm not actually sure what it's called. It's just a hard ball and I use it for, one, massaging. So sometimes you will get pains in your back and you can learn to massage yourself with this. And also I use it for I would say agility stuff. So I will do sit-ups where I'm throwing it against the wall and catching it in different parts. Keeps the training fun. And if you're doing ab exercises, it is good to incorporate different bits like that, because just doing endless amounts of sit-ups can get really boring really quick. So just a cheap ball. You can roll your feet on it as well if you want to, before you go running or after you've been running. It is just a ball, but if you know how to use it, it can be very useful. Okay, so saved the best to last, I believe, and that is resistance bands. For the money and what you're getting, it's just an unreal addition to your gym bag. So I've had these 8 years. Don't get me wrong, this purple one is probably due an upgrade. It's starting to peel, which they do after so long, but after that amount of time, like nearly 8 years, I'm more than happy with the lifespan. So you can use these for warm-ups, you can use them for resistance training, they can help you with certain exercises, you can use them for cool downs. Like I said earlier, if you couple them up with a carabiner clip, you can use them for lateral raises. And with them being different strengths, it's almost like having weights at the gym, so you can change your resistance patterns and start progressing. So I'll put a few clips of those up with me doing the exercises and some of the stuff you can do. But if you stay tuned to the channel, I'm going to do a separate video on everything you can do with resistance bands, because I've had a lot of people ask me that question over the last couple of months. So I think it's one that you'll get value from. And there is one last piece of equipment that I couldn't put on the table because it's too heavy. So you're just going to see me appear in a minute with it on. Okay, so it's the weight vest. Really heavy this, I'm not going to lie to you. I bought this equipment when I was doing weighted push-ups more than anything. I wanted to start using it for weighted pull-ups. You can't put it in your gym bag, it's too heavy. I'll be honest, I don't take it into the gym all that often because it's so hard to get it in there. There is removable pouches for weights, so you can change the actual weight of it. Don't get me wrong, this piece of kit is really, really well made. Wasn't cheap, not going to lie. I think it's called Gymnastics Power or something like that. Really secure, great build, and it is a great tool. I mean, people do walking up hills in them, they do running, you can do push-ups, you can do pull-ups, you could do dips in it. Virtually, it's cutting this out, you don't need weight plates, and it is very secure on you. So it is a good tool, but it's not something I'd buy straight away. It is quite an investment. Don't get me wrong, again, it probably will last, but it's just not as convenient as these, and this is why some of these I've been mentioning, they're convenient and small. You can just chuck them in your bag, and that's what makes them a great tool. Obviously, it is a tool that can be used, but I probably won't recommend it straight away. So I just wanted to show that, and I hope it gives you some ideas. And if there's anything that you think's missing, that I'm missing a trick, don't be afraid to put it in comments. I always want to learn. I think that's the great thing about the comment section on YouTube. You can learn a lot and people start chatting and making a bit of a community about it. So, till the next video, I'll see you again.